this?
Okay, 23 minutes after the hour, new survey is out this morning saying this is how you tell if your spouse or your boo is cheating on you, by their voice. So it's all in the voice. Apparently, if a guy has a really deep voice, then according to the study, he is going to be more prone to cheat on you. And if a woman has a really high voice, according to the study, she is going to cheat on you because they said it has something to do with hormones. If a guy has a deep voice, that means he has a lot of hormones, and that means he's frisky.
Testosterone.
Testosterone. That means he's frisky. Same thing with the woman. She has a lot of estrogen, meaning, you know, she likes to get her groove on a lot, too.
So those women that fake it like Paris Hilton and they talk in that really high voice like that, they should just cut it out because that means you're going to cheat on your man, girls.
That's according to, and Chris Markowski, our watchdog on Wall Street, is sitting here going,
he don't buy it.
How long is it going to take for those, those celebrity divorce attorneys to jump on this one, that, like, what's his name, Ralph Felder and whatnot, to start trying to use this in, like, court?
Marsha Clark.
Let me hear your voice.
My client was predisposed to cheating. It's a genetic condition. You shouldn't have to pay anything.
His fault. Not his fault. Got too much testosterone.
Yeah. Did you see the study? So you call it bunk, Andy?
There's some skepticism. I sense it. So we're going to play a little game.
All right.
Okay.
It is called the divorce court.
The voice.
The divorce court.
Yay.
All right.
You're going to hear the voice of a person. You tell me if that person is a cheater or not. Let's roll the first one.
I had some rather eccentric habits that were a worry to my parents.
Yes.
I was very, very keen on sticking apple peel up my nostrils.
Okay, start down the line. Brandy, cheater or not?
I'm going to say cheater.
Okay.
I'll say not.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes.
It is, because that's Hugh Grant, and he is a cheater. He is a divine cheater.
You knew that, okay.
Famous prostitute encounter. All right, our next defendant on the stand in divorce court.
A naughty secret? Uh-oh. Something about myself? I have a very long tongue.
Okay, well, that certainly sounds salacious. But Brandy, is that a cheater or not?
I don't think it's a cheater.
Well, no, maybe so.
Yes?
I'm going to go yes.
Okay, Brandy's the only one who got it. Not a cheater. Jessica Simpson, who was married to Nick Lachey, and she famously announced that she had been a virgin until she even got married. So as far as we know, she's never cheated on anybody.
Hey.
Your final defendant. Roll the tape.
Had a lot of fun together. We were just rooting for each other, and we really got a big kick out of one another, and we were interested in what the other one had to say. We didn't know each other at the beginning.
Brandy, go. Cheater or not?
No.
I'll say no.
I'll say yes.
Is it Natalie Portman?
No, and only Chris is right. Cheater Meg Ryan, big-time cheater. Had a relationship with Russell Crowe while still married to Dennis Quaid. So there you go. Look out for your deep-voiced men and your high-pitched women, guys. Woo! Cheaters.
Go around the water cooler. We're talking about this science teacher in St. Louis who has been forced to quit without a job this morning after one of her students discovered that she had been a porn star a long time ago. And she says she used to participate in the movies or was a porn star when she was in LA. She needed the money. She was an exotic dancer.
Y'all needed the money. We've all said it.
We've all heard that before. But, you know, actually, let me tell you, just a little background information about Tara Myers. She served in the Army, got her GI Bill to attend college, where she got her teaching degree, top of the class in her field. And she's, you know, trying to teach kids, saying, listen, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
So should she be given a second chance?
And she's not the first case.
Well, and actually, she got fired from her other job in Kentucky, and we'd like to, you know, bring our watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski, in on these topics. But do you think it's unfair, you know, that, you know, 15 years ago she was a porn star, and now she can't be a teacher?
I'd say it, but sometimes life's just unfair, and you make choices in life, and sometimes those choices you make are going to obviously hurt you down the road, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. Some mistakes you make in life, you're going to pay for forever. Sure. Now, not to say that this person shouldn't be able to get another job in society and you get in, but the reality is how do you teach a bunch of high school kids with access to computers and all this information?
Right.
They're going to be Googling this stuff. They're going to be downloading the films. It's impossible.
And you teach them about morals and ethics when this is your past, you know.
Crazy.
But what's surprising to me is that a bunch of high school students can uncover this information, but the people who hired her couldn't?
Well, because it's not illegal. You know, the school says, listen, we ran background checks. She didn't do anything illegal.
But by Googling that name, I'm sure that's
she had a different name.
Well, I mean,
she
if
had a different porn name.
Of course, but my point is, if some high school students can uncover it, you would think that the officials would be able to uncover it at the same time, even though it's not legal. You know, you think you may question hiring that teacher with that background.
I think it's an unfortunate direction society's going in. I don't know, Andy, you might want to chime in this. About 10 years from now, I think this will be more the norm. I mean, think about it. 20 years ago, you know, like the whole Boogie Nights era. Now porn is like mainstream for crying out loud. They're becoming real stars.
You can't even list some of the things on this woman's what do you call it? Her
film resume.
Yeah, her resume, the movies.
Oh,
the only one she's a science teacher. The Biggest Beaker was the only one I could find that I could say.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of them you can't even say on television.
She is a science teacher.
Time to go into social, everybody. If you like paying for plastic, listen up. Some banks are talking about limiting the number of times per month that you use your debit card. Time for Markowski in a minute with the Watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. Chris, why are banks doing this? Explain to the folks.
It's just a side effect of the financial regulatory bill. When you limit the amount of money that they can charge for a convenience, okay, you've got to make there's obviously costs involved with them going ahead and doing this.
When you swipe your card at each register, there's a cost involved with them processing that in transaction.
And people, when they get out of control with it, they're not making the money on this anymore, so they're saying, okay, enough is enough, and they're going to hold people back.
All right. So you think essentially then it's sort of fair that they tag on a fee or limit us, because then there's only so much money they can make on it.
There's only so much money they can make, and it's the same thing you're seeing right now. We talked about this probably about a couple months ago in regards to they're now charging for checking accounts and things they weren't doing before because they're losing revenue because of losses due to these laws.
You might have to get some more cash in your wallet, folks. DailyBuzzNow.com. These are some of the top items that we are finding that have been spiking on the search engine Yahoo. First up, Jennifer Aniston goes viral. The actor has made a viral video for Smart Water, and it pays off as searches for Aniston Smart Water are on the rise. Now, by the way, this isn't really a viral video. This is a very slickly produced, big money ad that plays off of the stereotypes of viral videos. I think in a clever way. I give it a B. It's a solid B, and she looks absolutely gorgeous in it. Just fun to watch, just to watch her. Napping. Off the charts today, searches for napping after a recent study shows that napping makes people smarter. And according to Yahoo, 55% of searches for napping are being made by women. I love the nap. Guys, you nappers?
I take a nap every day, but I don't feel smarter.
Yeah, I mean, at least twice a week I got to take a nap or I'm done. I get sick like I am now because I didn't nap this week. Lent is underway. People are making sure they don't break the rules, as searches for rules for Lent are spiking 360% today on Yahoo. Also spiking how long is Lent, explaining Lent to children, and what is Lent. You could also ask your pastor. It's not spring yet, but spring cleaning is already on the minds of some as searches for printable spring cleaning checklists are spiking on Yahoo. It's also it's also Sleep Awareness Week. I am obviously sleep deprived, and we've been asking you all week, do you sleep on your tummy, your back, or your side? What's the most annoying thing your sweetie does while sleeping? We have a poll on our website, DailyBuzzNow.com. Join in on the fun there as we head round the water cooler.
Okay, so around the water cooler, we're talking about a couple of stories that are affecting our kiddos, and we brought in our watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. He's a financial guru, but of course he has kids, so he can talk about this. Yeah. First story that we found was a guy created a blog called Born This Way, and he started with soliciting childhood photos from gay friends on Facebook, and then asked them to, to write a little story to go along with the picture. And he's saying basically that this is evidence that for young gay kids, the pictures show there's evidence that you may have been born gay because you may be acting a specific way in that picture. Yeah. But some people say this is bunk. Wait a minute, it doesn't make sense.
I'm starting to wonder what my pink shirt says about myself.
Oh no! You're an adult now. You're good, right?
It doesn't matter.
No, I'm joking.
He's getting tons of support on this website from all over the world, he says, and not just to prove that people are born gay, but he also wants parents to take some lessons away from this website. He's saying that a lot of parents have that misconception that, or a lot of people in general, I should say, that gay men are very feminine and gay women are very masculine, and he's trying to prove those theories wrong.
Casey emailed us and said, I'm not sure if I was born gay, but I did immediately redecorate my crib after my parents brought me home from the hospital.
Oh, that's cute.
Gary says, the story about gay kids, it's been proved that only 15% are born gay. The other 85 just kind of get wrapped into it. And
see,
I edited that. I didn't say what he said.
I'm on the fence about this one. I have a cousin who is very masculine. She's a female, very, very masculine, down to has hair that grows on her chin. You know, and we've all heard stories before that, you know, they say gay people are born with, you know, too many chromosomes, you know, the boys are born with too many female and vice versa. I think, especially in her case, that there's something to that.
Do you buy this whole thing?
I think it's just really too difficult for sometimes you got to say you don't know what you don't know. And you're trying to come up with an explanation for what is inexplicable sometimes, and sometimes you just let it go. And I think, you know, you're going to have a website like this, parents are going to be looking out saying, oh my God, my son just wore a pair of his mother's shoes, now he's going to be gay, what am I going to do? Should I redecorate his room? I mean, no. I mean, come on, give me a break. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen.
Not unless he wants to. DailyBuzzNow.com is the place to go. Let us know, do you think this website...
Time for Markowski in a minute. The longer these conflicts in Libya and the rest of the Middle East continue, the higher the gas prices seem to go. But word from Washington is we have plenty of oil to go around. So why do those prices jump at the pump? Chris Markowski chiming in now.
You see about another 10 cents to the upside it has to go, and the average American is going to be spending about $700 extra this year in gas prices.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's going to definitely hit your budget one way or another. That could sway in a vacation. Who knows what's going to go about happening. The reality is that the oil traders have gotten into this market because there's so many things going on out there, and they're driving the prices up. It's not ExxonMobil's fault. Everybody's got to get that out of their head. It's not. It's these people that are trading the stuff that are driving the prices.
And it's also not supply. I mean, we have the Middle East, we here in America, Mexico, Canada, we have plenty of oil. It's not about supply.
I would also like to stress, too, that we have to become energy independent. If we go out there and start getting more of our own oil, we'll get ourselves out of the equation.
Questions for Chris, send them to us at Daily Buzz Now.
Okay, so you've heard of smartphones, but smart credit cards? The credit card industry wants to make a card that will better communicate with you. Here to tell us more is the watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski. I don't know if I want my credit card talking to me necessarily.
Well, it's going to be telling you what your balance is, what you owe, how much you've spent, all these various different things. But there's going to be a bit of a, you know, a trick to this thing, in the sense they're going to also be able to send you coupons and other things too.
See, there you
track
go.
your spending. You know, maybe try to get you out to spend a little bit more than you should.
Do you think that people will really look at their credit card and go, wait a minute, my balance says this, I better not spend anymore? Do you think it'll have an impact?
I think if you have the right voice on there. I think you get like Samuel Jackson warning you.
I
spend
told
another
you,
dime.
I don't want you spending no more money on them.
I would love to be able to program cards like that. That would be great.
What about security? I'm worried about that really quickly.
There's got to be a way they're going to put a password protect it one way or another. I hope they'll be able to do that, because if not, everybody's going to have access to your information.
DailyBuzzNow.com to find out more.